the summer update. It's finally here. Overall, my thoughts on it, it's pretty good. Not definitely. Valve can always do better, especially since the Valve themselves didn't really do much here. It's mostly the community providing the actual content, and just a few employees at Valve actually compiling it, while the rest of Valve is doing who knows what. But I liked it. I liked the maps that were added, like Cashworks, Sealbin, and Shark Bay. Those are pretty cool maps. I'll have a video out later when I play on the maps more, so I can have a more thorough things to say about them. Since they added 14 maps. That's quite a bit, so definitely gonna need time to actually play on them and, you know, get used to them and learn about them. Though they were on the workshop beforehand. I'm sure there's a good handful of people that have already played on all of those maps. But the Saxon Hill ones are new. Too bad it's broken. At the time of recording this, they still haven't fixed it yet. So I had to go to the community server and play in them. And honestly, you know, as most people know, Saxon Hill has been a community game mode for ages. It's been around for a very long time. But then when VScript got added, I think the developer for it, or maybe somewhere else, I think it's the original developer, decided to make the game mode baked into the game without having to use like plugins. Because usually you have to get like source mod and other server plugins to get the game mode working. But with this version, it works with just the map alone, and it's really cool. And I really like what they've done with it. I usually never really had fun playing a Saxon Hill because the controls are kind of janky, and it just wasn't that fun. But I played as them once on this community server, and wow, I had way more fun than I expected. The custom UI looks great. The controls are way better for it, though. I mean, it's TF2. TF2, it has a tutorial, but it sucks. So it is just learning what the buttons do. In case anyone's wondering, left click, punches, obviously. R charges, and then you have a third ability, like a super punch. And when that's charged up, Saxon's arm is red, and you do like a super punch, and it does like an AoE type, and it does like a lot of damage. And you can also, you can ground slam by, like, you know, looking down and holding crouch. But I haven't really gotten the hang of that yet. Again, I only played it like once on a community server. I'm waiting for them to be re-added to the casual, so I can play it more. So, enough about Saxon Hill. The game mode doesn't even work in official servers yet. I don't know why. I assume it's something to do with, I don't know, something Valve did, whatever. Anyways, the other maps though, them kind of didn't work either. One of my favorite ones so far, Cashworks. Red team could just walk right into blue spawn, just walk right in. No, like, it was just no tricks or anything. You just walk into their initial spawn and just spawn camp them. So that was kind of, and some other maps have some like texture bugs and weird things to them. Though overall, again, really like Cashworks. Favorite map so far. I just recently, just a bit ago before I recorded, had a really good match on there. It was really fun. I'll probably make a video on that actually. The case and paint. There's a war paint case too. I don't care too much for like loot boxes and stuff like that. I'd actually really prefer if TF2 didn't have microtransactions and loot boxes. It would be really cool if you can just unlock cosmetics, like, you know, like the weapons that you unlock through achievements. Like if the casual like level actually had meaning and you could unlock hats that I'm not gonna rant about that. Anyways, I think the cosmetics in there are pretty nice. They're pretty cool. I like that one spy one, the Le Professionnel. I didn't say that was an accent. I'm not gonna try, but pretty good cosmetics. War paints. The only war paints I really like are the Halloween ones, usually. So I mean, they're okay. They exist. Though I did get lucky and get a case drop on the day of the update, and then I turned around and sold it for $3. So basically free money right there. I'm not complaining. The war paint case sold for less. It was only for like 50 cents. So I could see where the community kind of cares about the most there. One big thing that I would like to point out though, back in the blog post, I think in February, they specifically said that they wanted to add community bug fixes. They even went to the extent of going to the workshop and added a category specifically for community bug fixes. And yet, once the update came out, there was absolutely zero community bug fixes in the update. What happened there? No clue. I'm just hoping that there's going to be a part 2 to this update that brings those community bug fixes into the game instead of having to wait until October for Scream Fortress to get and have those updates pushed all the way until then. That'll be a shame because not only do we not get those bug fixes until later, but that would also mean that the opportunity for Scream Fortress to get its own batch of bug fixes is gone. Unless they double up and get loads of bug fixes. But seeing how they didn't get them for this one, I don't think they would be able to do that. But there's going to be at least a handful of bug fix small updates for this update. There has to be. Again, the maps have bugs and glitches in them and that need to be fixed. I mean, there was already a smaller update at a very surprising time. Same day on Wednesday as the regular update, the big summer update. But it was at like 10 p.m. PST and 1 a.m. EST. It was pushed and it fixed the red team being able to walk into blue on Cashworks. I don't know who pushed that update that late. I'm pretty sure Valve, like their headquarters is closed by then. Cause they're in Washington State, I think. I think Seattle. They're on the West Coast, so it was 10 p.m. for them, and like I was getting ready to go to bed, and then they pushed the update that late. That was very interesting there. But honestly, it's an okay update. It didn't make the game worse. It added some new content to the game. It didn't revolutionize the game. You know, this isn't like a new age for TF2. But I just don't feel right giving Valve credit, seeing how not only is it mostly community content, but it was like probably like 2 Valve employees working on this update alone in their free time. I mean, obviously their free time without one update that was pushed way late in the night. So I don't think we should really be like patting Valve, the company, on the back. I think we should be thanking the community map makers for, you know, making that one letter to Valve and, you know, begging them, basically asking them to let us make maps that aren't Christmas or Halloween. And then, again, thanking the community map makers for making those really good maps. And I want to thank the developers, the employees at Valve that took their free time, their personal time, to put this update together and push it out for us, despite it being a little buggy. If it was entirely of Valve and this was like what Valve was focusing on, the fact that it's buggy and one of the game modes that didn't work, that would have been really bad. But, you know, it's not like that, though. Very few devs are working on this. Another thing with the update, too, though, is that they updated CP Steel and Moss Rock, surprisingly. They changed the layout even of CP Steel, or I should just say Steel. Though I don't really play in Steel that much personally, but cool that they did that. But it's cool that they did some bug fixes on Moss Rock. Though I don't think they fixed that one stair, like clipping issue. I'll probably put a clip of it here. I'll try to. Where you get stuck on the stairs next to the first point, like those short little stairs. It's really, really annoying when you get stuck in it when trying to push a point. The update also says there's what is it? Security and stability improvements, which, you know, most people think that has to do with like bots and stuff, but only a few hours after the update dropped, I already saw bots and cheaters, you know, doing their thing. But maybe those accounts instantly got VAC banned afterwards. Maybe accounts get VAC banned more. Maybe they're less effective. I don't know. With them being vague like that, which I understand why they're being vague. I'll never know how effective these changes are, how many changes they're making or anything until much later when I realize, oh wow, there's a lot less cheaters, huh? But who knows, maybe that's because the cheaters got bored. But overall, really, the update's pretty good. Kind of missing the community bug fixes and all that, but here's to hoping they add them later, you know? Anyways, go have fun on the new maps. They're pretty good. See ya.